Gail, how are you?
I'm doing so well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I was doing a lot of research and I want to talk
Okay.
about your music and you being a big worldwide superstar now. But before we do that, what I noticed was a lot of pancakes, eggs, hash browns, meats. You are a big breakfast fan, and I can very much appreciate a breakfast lover like you.
No, I absolutely love breakfast. My favorite restaurant is Waffle House. I go there 3 to 10 times a week. Genuinely, I've definitely eaten 3 meals at Waffle House before. Million and 10%. It's great. I
Now,
am obsessed with breakfast.
I used to be a cook at Denny's, Gail. So please don't discount the Denny's. Well, I
Oh, I
always
will
thought
never discount. Never, never.
give me your ultimate breakfast rundown. What's on your perfect plate for a breakfast meal?
Hash browns, 110%. If it's a house potato, I want them more crispy normally than they come. But if it's a shredded hash brown, I trust the place. Eggs, I like my eggs over easy most of the time, but I can deal with the scramble. Bacon, 100%. Always got to have it. Every once in a while, I'll switch it up with the sausage, but it's pretty normal that I have the bacon. And then what I do is like I get the eggs, they're super runny. I mix them in with the hash browns, and then I get the bacon and I put the bacon and the hash brown egg thing on all the bacon because I use it as like a scoop, almost a fork situation. Then there's like a bagel or a piece of bread there. It's a great time.
You know what? If this music thing doesn't work out, go into Breakfast Cook. Go get
Well,
yourself a Breakfast Cook show on Food Network. You'd be great at it.
I'm down. I can just cook eggs all the time and just eat it. It's great.
Well, let's talk about your music though, because man, you're blowing up so big right now. ABCDEFU is everywhere, and has life slowed down at all since the song started taking off?
Not really. I mean, a little bit for the holidays when it was like Christmas time. There was a solid like week where I just slept and it was amazing. I have blackout curtains and I took advantage of that. And I woke up at like 2 p.m. It was incredible. But honestly, like the second half of the year, kind of like later before this new year started, was pretty hectic. And it was even just because I was like on tour. And when you're on tour, and it was my first time ever on tour, you're in a different place every like 12 to 48 hours. So that was like kind of a new adjustment. But I loved the chaos of being in a hotel room for like 12 hours. And you go drive 5 hours to stay one place for one day. And then you drive 7 hours to stay in one place for 3 hours. And like all of that, like that has been a lot of fun. And even just like traveling more. I was in New York for a little bit. I'm back in Nashville and I'm leaving for LA tomorrow to just be writing and stuff. So it's definitely not slowed down, but I just love chaos and I love being everywhere and nowhere at the same time. So it's just been a lot of fun.
Well, you're in the perfect business for chaos. Then you're not going to get more than in music for sure. Well, let's talk about the Tonight Show because I saw you up there. You were great doing the song and then talking to Jimmy Fallon. What's going through your mind? Are you like, holy crap, I'm on the freaking Tonight Show right now. This is unreal.
Oh, I was dying. I was dying. You know how you know I was nervous is that I was talking about my mother's gag reflex on live television. I literally said the sentence, and I guess it's not any better because now I'm talking about it in interviews, but I literally said this sentence: my mother has a really bad gag reflex. And that's how you know I was not thinking any thoughts in my brain because I just said that with my mother being in the crowd watching me.
But the story, it's not a dirty story whatsoever. It's about the cover of the song. Do you want to tell everyone the story real quick?
Yes. So basically, I broke my middle finger. And when I tell you it was facing the opposite direction, it was facing the opposite direction. And basically, what happened is like after, and even for the context of the story, like my dog needed to be taken outside and it was raining and she didn't want to go outside. So she crawled under my mom's bed. So I went and rang the front doorbell. My dog started barking, but she saw it was me. And so she looks me dead in the eyes and then she goes to turn around and starts sprinting. And she goes to crawl under my mom's bed because at this point, like I'm running after her. We're in my mom's room and she has a harness and she's crawling under the bed. And I go to reach out for her. And in that moment, I trip and I go to catch myself. And I literally fell on my finger, like full body weight, just like there. Like I remember trying to catch myself and I like did this and literally all my body weight just, and I literally was like, so how you like cross your fingers like this, except it was the opposite. This was over here and I literally couldn't move this finger because my other finger was blocking it from moving. It was so disgusting.
Oh,
And my mom had to drive me to the hospital because I couldn't like do that, but she just had a knee replacement. Like she has 2 new knees and she had to use a walker and all of that. And so anything she thinks is gross will make her throw up. Like will 100%, even like if you like burp and it makes her like that will make her genuinely throw up, and her looking at my finger would make her gag. And so she'd be driving me and she'd just look at it and go, huh? Like she couldn't, she genuinely had to drive like this. She's like, la, 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 nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. Cause I'm sitting here just being like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like I'm in complete shock. Like I started FaceTiming people randomly. Like my poor brother, he was just minding his own business in college. And I'm like, look at that.
Trying to study here, sister. What are you doing? Does your mom come along with you for all your touring? Like, is she with you? Is she going to go to LA with you and do all that stuff?
She used to a lot. Like when I was, especially when I was like going to LA and I was like 12, I started going back to Nashville when I was 10, and like she was there with me the whole time. But on the tour, I actually am going with my manager, and then same with when I'm in LA, it's just the 2 of us. And she's amazing, and she is like, I wouldn't say she's like my mom. She's like the cool aunt that like travels all the time.
Yes.
And like super mysterious. Like that's more the vibe. And like I trust her like a parent. I mean, like, and she's like literally the best, and my mom loves her too. So I also think it's better for my mom and I's relationship for us to not be in the car driving for like 15 hours straight and going to hotel rooms to vans to hotel rooms, especially when she has like all of these like health and body issues. Like I just felt like it was really important for her to like be my mother instead of having to be like doing this work with me. But she still goes to my shows and all that, but she doesn't have to like carry all the suitcase and all of the equipment to the venue, to the car, and then out to the car, to the venue, and like all the suitcases to it. Cause we do that all ourselves. We have to like lug all of the equipment around. Mm-hmm. I'm glad that she just gets to show up and she's like, hi. And I'm like, hi.
She's not mom the roadie anymore. She's just going to be mom now.
She's mom. And I'm glad she gets to just be that, you know?
Now I need to ask, I want to go back to Jimmy Fallon for just another second, Gayle, that you did the very super clean version of ABCDEFU. You've had how many versions of the song do you know in your head right now? Because there's a bunch of them out there.
I think there's 7 that I
know.
Like, there's like the squeaky clean. Some people call it the Kids Bop version.
Right.
There's the demo. There's the original. There's the angrier. There's the Royal and the Serpent. There's the Wild remix, and then there's the chill.
And how do you keep them all straight? Do you like have on your set list on stage, like super clean tonight, or we can get dirty on this one?
Yeah, it kind of depends. Like my goal eventually when I'm like doing my own shows is to kind of like switch it up a little bit. But most of the time, like for Jimmy, I knew that I was going to have to do the clean version because it's going to be on live television, specifically even like streaming in the US, like the laws behind that. Like I literally couldn't be cursing. And same with the radio. I knew if my song were to ever get on the radio, it would have to be the clean version due to just like the regulations and all of that. I didn't know if it was going to be like Forget You or F You. And I just did both versions just to have options.
You're smart. You're very smart.
And then like there's little stuff that changes per version. Like the angrier version says ABCDE insert curse word here you instead of ABCDEFU in the original. Same with the chill version. The demo says FU. Roar and the Serpent says FU. The demo says FU. So there's stuff like that where it's just like the little things, and some are more obvious. Like the angrier version has like more louder drums and louder electric guitars, and like I play it differently than I would the original, like the OG. But then the chill version is a completely different like BPM, so you kind of like know right away what's different.
You need a spreadsheet to keep track of all that, quite honestly.
It's all just like manically swirling in my brain at all times.
I liked also, I saw you've been posting your stickers all over the place, putting them up wherever. And I wanted to show you, I have my own Mike Jones radio stickers.
Yes.
Because stickers are awesome. Where have you put, like, where's the best place you think you've put one? And if it's illegal, you don't have to incriminate yourself. You can say the second best place then.
The second best place. Well, what's really funny is like, it's my actual x-ray. Like, you know, I broke my finger in 2021, and you know it's 2021 when you literally get your x-ray airdropped to you, like my x-ray. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put that on a sticker. And so I was like selling it at my shows during my tour. But my favorite place I put it in was honestly, there's one day for like driving wise, sometimes you have to drive like 7 hours, spend the night somewhere so you can wake up and drive 5 hours. And it was like one of those days where I was only in this place for a night and a morning. And we got there at like 3 a.m. So, and we left at like 10. So I was only there for a very small period of time. But Idaho, I liked it. I had a good time. They had good potatoes. I got Denny's. Life was great.
What could be better?
And it was like called something like, we just like stumbled across these like lakes, like this big, like huge lake. And I thought it was like so cool and so special for finding it. And I told somebody about it and they're like, oh yeah, the Idaho Lake, or like the Idaho something like it has like a name, but I saw it and there's like this big like staircase and I just like put my sticker there and that
bam, right there. Well, GAYLE, before we wrap up here, I do want to tell everyone, ABCDEFU, the song continues to get bigger and bigger every day, and I love seeing all that happening for you. But now we also just got the new song, You're Just Horny, that just came out too. So I'm going to make sure to put it up with this interview so everyone can see that. I feel like you might have another big song on your hand with this one.
Thank you. I'm so excited. It's crazy. It's literally like out today, like that.
Yeah.
So
just came out a little while ago. I just watched the video and I can't wait for everyone else to hear it because we'll definitely play it and make sure everybody knows about it. Is there a lot more coming? There's going to be an album at some point this year.
There's definitely going to be an EP. The best way to say this, there's not going to be an album, but there might be enough songs released that equals out to an album.
So 2 EPs, that's fine. You don't have to say it. I'll say it. That's fine.
I cannot confirm or deny anything.
I'll say it.
I had a blank and you filled it in with what you wanted to fill it in with. I can't say you know what? That's a hypothesis. And let's just say I like it.
This is just me guessing. So maybe 2 EPs, possibly perhaps for GAYLE this year. Well, this has been a lot of fun. And I'm telling you this, when you come back through on tour, you and me, let's go get breakfast. How about that? Can we do that?
I'm down, 100%. As long as you make it. You
I
gotta
can do that. We'll make waffles, pancakes, whatever you want. I got you.
All the things.
I love it. Thank you, GAYLE.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.